Hello, true art believers, and welcome to today's live art stream. I am the #1 live art streamer in the world. This is Pierson here, and you are watching day 184 of 200 days of drawing. Today, I got another cactus drawing. I'm going to keep on doing that until roughly day 200, and then probably going to switch it up. We're going to switch it up. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I know I'm going to do it for another 100 days. Anyways, let's get today's drawing session started, and let's go. All right, welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. And this is going to be a quick drawing session, much like many of mine, but I'm going to shoot for 30 minutes. I really am going to shoot for 30 minutes. I'm going to try my best, and we're just going to kind of like just rapid fire slingshot, just slingshot it and go from there. So we're not even going to I'm not going to spend a lot of time discussing the intricacies or like what my thought process is for this. I'm just going to kind of go into automatic mode, really. And I'm not going to really focus. I'm not going to focus. I'm not going to get overly focused on the minutia, although I am kind of starting to do that already, of the cactus drawing. But I'm just going to kind of just do it as quickly as I can, and yeah, just do it as quickly and as efficiently as I can today. It's Sunday, and Sunday is my chillax day. You know, we all have to have our own day where we just kind of deload and relax a little bit. Sunday is my day for that. So I'm trying to focus on just trying to get this drawing done as quickly as I can. And I'll talk a little bit about it, but I'm not going to go in depth regarding it. Let's see here. I'm going to move it around. There we go. There we go. And enter. Now, yeah, here we go. Now let's go to the background. Just get the standard little color here. Press B for brush. Use the opaque brush and so forth. And once I get this get all the flats and all this major stuff kind of in place, I will talk a little bit more. But right now, my focus is just on getting all this stuff kind of done here. And so it's going to be a quick Sunday drawing session. There we go. And here we go. Let's do this. Press T. We're going to move it. There we go. It's centered. Press enter. And then we're going to go and just start with the flats. And I've gotten very good, or at least I think I've gotten very good, I don't know, at kind of just getting the overall drawing quickly mapped out. And my goal is to do it really quick today. I'm not going to I'm not going to drag myself out on like these small little details for this drawing today. So it's going to be very simple process, just moving through and kind of enacting muscle memory for this piece today. Very simple, very quick, just going through the motions, and actually kind of like narrating them is going to be part of the process. So I'm just going through the motions and trying to not focus on whether or not this is the correct action, because all this is kind of messed up right here, but that's fine. Now we're going to be using green here for the cactus. I'm going to use a smaller brush, just kind of get the tones in there really quickly. Oops, press B. One of the newer things I've been doing lately has been kind of messing around with the base of the cactus. making it a little bit more organic, making it less like a round base and kind of making it more irregular in shape. I think that's been a not necessarily a game changer, but a nice little change of pace with what I've been normally doing with these pieces here. And notice how I went outside a line there. I just want you to know that I'm not too worried about the outline. See, look at this is all kind of messed up. I'm gonna leave it like that actually, so that great. I'm gonna leave it like that actually because there we go. There we go. Leave it like that. Now, time to go to the background again. And we're just going to lock it, do a layer mask, going to lock the background color, which is like a muted down purple. And here we go. So when we have the layer mask on here, oh no, where's B? There we go. There we go. Just kind of knock it out. And we're just going to play around here with some colors. There we go. And do that again right here. And let's do another stripe here. All right. Let's get this. There you go. And then we'll call it like that. We'll call it a day. We'll leave it like that. Why not? Actually, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know. I don't really like. Let's add a little splash of yellow right here using, I think, a little bit of, there we go. I kind of like that, especially with the gradient right there. Let's leave it like that. Why not? All right. I've kind of went overboard with this background. I don't know if it's the best background, but we're going to stick with it and just go with it because at this point, I don't want to spend all this time kind of fiddling around with those little details, and I want to keep it a very quick drawing. I don't want to overly focus on that background, even though it's driving me nuts. I just don't feel like this area is resolved, and some things I tried a little bit differently. Maybe something's in the back of my mind saying it's not working, but I don't want to I don't know of a way to kind of fix it at the moment because most of the stuff in the background is typically it's mostly like, hate to say it, it's very spontaneous. As a matter of fact, we're gonna fix it. We're gonna mess around with it a little bit longer. I don't want to. We're gonna mess with it a little bit longer. I apologize. Zoom out and let's see here. And what if we were to do something like that? I like this a little bit more now. There we go. I like that a little bit better. It's weird. It just feels, even though like I destroyed an area, I feel like it's a little bit more interesting to me. It might be because of the contrast with that black area on the top left corner there. So that I'm a little bit more comfortable with that as a like shape than before. So I wasn't really quite settled with it. So as I was saying, it's very spontaneous, the whole process. All right, we're just going to kind of knock this out. Really knock it out. We're not going to focus on it too much. Well, I say that, but then I could like end up completely changing. There we go. No. So I'm just kind of like playing around and color testing and just kind of doing like a weave zigzag form. This is something I've been doing new as of recently. Just kind of play around with the texture brush a little bit more and just make it a little bit more, have a little bit more variety. I don't really have a reason for it. It's not like I feel like it's not like it's not like it's improving the drawing by any means. It's just something that I've been kind of dipping my feet in with regards to this type of drawing. Okay. Oh, don't want that. That's what we want. So hopefully I can get this area done pretty quickly. I don't know. Maybe I'd make it a little bit brighter. So I've been kind of getting a little bit looser with this top plane of the cactus, making it more abstract as I've just kind of not given up, but like sometimes it's just kind of fun to play around and be a little bit more spontaneous with your the way that you're applying your texture and stuff like that. It's just there's no like rhyme or reasoning. I'm not like, oh, this is why I'm doing this. There you go. Love it. Love it. Love doing this type of stuff right here. Add a little bit of like the background colors in there. Just to kind of like jazz it up a bit. Let's kind of add a little bit of this right here. Something like that. There we go. A little bit of that. And here we're going to do it like some dark purple. You know, just kind of put some of it there. Why not? And then maybe even a little bit of the yellow right there. And maybe even like a little bit of yellow right here for fun. There we go. Now, that's it. I'm not going to mess with that anymore. I think. Yeah, we're done with it. It's 15 minutes in. I need to move on. What we're going to do is get the eraser and we're going to zoom in using the eraser. I'm going to kind of remove. Oh, that is not the eraser. I was like, why is it making that color? All right. I was like, I have the eraser and the texture brush as one simple thing, so I wanted. That's why it was like, this is weird. Why does it look like I'm adding tones as opposed to removing tones? There we go. Kind of do. There you go. Do something like this. There we go. And we're gonna leave it like that. Zoom out. Now we're gonna do the color. Wait, no, we don't even need to do that. Layer mask. Layer mask it like that. Do this tone. Get the brush. Press B. And we're gonna basically really kind of just kind of sweep it in there like it's a like you're vacuuming, I guess. Just sweep the tones in there. Don't really worry about it. Maybe make it a little bit dark and gray. Hey, hello there. How you doing? I'm just trying to do a rush job of a cactus today. I'm in a bit of a time pinch, and I need to kind of finish this today. There we go. Kind of. Well, that's good to hear. I'm very glad. I hope you're doing well, you know. And by the way, thank you for watching. Oh, oh no! I just did something wrong. Now I got to get that out of this frame. No, I'm almost done. I've gotten pretty good at it at doing at these. Although I got a little bit experimental. Um, no, each one of these these cactus drawings, I'm always trying to kind of get them done in under 30 minutes. So they're always a little bit. Sometimes I have a lot of interesting things to say about the work, and sometimes I don't. Um, but this one on Sundays typically are the days that I'm kind of like, I'm just kind of relaxing, or like it's my off day. It's my day off essentially. And so on these days, I don't really, the live streams are important, but I really focus on trying to get the work done, the drawing done as quickly as I can. So I can kind of just sit back for just an evening really. And so it's one of those days. Some days I'm able to kind of like output a very nice drawing, and other days not so much. So this one is, we're actually making good time. We're actually making good time, even though I'm making a lot of mistakes. I'm being very sloppy. Like normally I'm not this sloppy, um, but I kind of like it. So it's kind of fun to have a little bit of messiness with the drawing. So I'm always at a rush for doing these live streams. It's not that I don't want to do them. It's just that it's not that I'm, what's the good way of saying it? My time is so flexed at any given moment that it's very hard to do these live streams without feeling a little bit of like a little bit of pressure on the outside world saying you got to go, you really do got to go, you got somewhere to be. Like half the time I'm doing these live streams, I'm like, I literally got to leave work in like 15 minutes, you know. So i'll have those I'll have those bouts where I'm like, I literally got to go. And it's weird. I'm probably very few. I don't know if everyone's like that. I never really watch anyone doing a live stream saying, "Oh, I got to go to work. See you guys. See ya." No, yeah, so that's what it's like usually. I'm always at a time pinch. And I'd like to get these drawings done as quickly as I possibly can. So I typically usually kind of put like a self-imposed rush onto them, even though like technically I could work on this drawing for another hour and a half. Uh, I don't know if it'd be an hour and a half better but it would just mean that I spent an hour and a half on it. Sometimes with this type of drawing specifically, it doesn't really make it. My job, well, I do art commissions on the side, but my job isn't art related now. Okay, correction. I do teach art, but not this semester. So I guess it is art related, but like it's not like I'm doing art at work. I'm like the only art that I do at work is kind of like demo related when I give a demo. I'm one of those artists that I'm like the stereotypical artist where like you do it on your free time. Uh and then you make a little bit of money, but you don't it's not like I'm quitting my day job yet. Although that'd be cool. That'd be cool. That's my goal. It's been my goal for a while, to kind of quit my day job and just kind of do this full time. I think it'd be kind of cool to do live streams all day long. I would love to draw all day long. I could do these cactuses. It isn't, it's not. But I think it's harder to live like a double life really, where you're creating art outside of your day job. I think that's harder than probably just working as a full-time artist. At least that's what it feels like to me. So I have a lot of time here, but I want to kind of get these textures in real quick, and then we're gonna we're gonna dial in the. It's a little dark. The tones are a little dark for my liking on this side, and we're gonna start using. Um, I keep closing. Yeah, I agree. These don't take a lot out of me. It's my portraits that I do that take a lot out of me. They're really slow to. I'm really slow at doing digital portraits, and those take a lot out of me, like mentally and physically. Um, I don't have a lot of time to do the portraits. I usually work on them at 4 a.m. in the morning. Well, I like because I think the reason why they take much out of me is because they're so it's so early in the morning that the only time I have to work on them is at 4 in the morning, really, and it's just too much for me to do, and that's the only way I can do them. And I've agreed to do a lot of them, and I've just been doing them for a while now. And I once I'm done with them, I'm going to take a break. I don't know when I'm gonna be done with them. I think I'm gonna be, I don't I think I'm gonna be doing them till about 2022. It's a time constraint. Yeah, it is a time constraint because of where I am at right now. What time is it? Okay, we're at 24 minutes. I got 5 minutes left. I'm kind of not in the zone. All right. Let's see here what we could do. This one's gonna be a little bit darker. No, I'm gonna. It's probably gonna be a little bit longer. I'm behind. We're at 5 minutes. We'll see. We'll see how I can manipulate the shades right now. My mind's elsewhere, so I'm kind of distracted. And it's not you. It's just like my mind's there's something pulling my mind away from me at the moment. I got some distractions going on. I got a few things distracting me. I just found out that I saved like a bunch of my files uh, as a low quality file, and now I got to go through a bunch of files and see which ones I've saved as low quality. Unfortunately, they don't. It's not like they say that they're low quality. You have to like look at the how much memory they take up and kind of guess. Yeah, so I saved like 20 of them, and I'm like, okay, I got to go back and see which ones are saved right, and then yeah, so I just got silly stuff that I got. I don't know when I'm going to get to it, and that bothers me. Just a lot of silly stuff that's one thing right now. I don't know. There's like this little I don't know what's pulling my attention away from this thing at the moment. Probably because it's Sunday. Sunday. It might be Sunday. I look at the dimensions are the same. I exported them as like a a good quality JPEG, and so like you can tell by like putting your mouse over them and seeing how much memory they take up. Like the good quality JPEG takes up like they're like 400 kilobytes, and then the great quality ones are like 3.4 megabytes. And that's how I'm kind of that too. That helps. The having a dude yammer at me. But you know what? I'd rather it's great. I think it's a good thing. Um, because I've been doing this for 183 days, and for like 100 days or more, I don't even know. There was no one. There was no one like watching, you know. And I'm looking forward to what happens after 200 days. I got a lot of big plans. I want to go as long as I can doing a daily live stream. I don't know how possible it is. There were some difficulties along the way. I can't really tell the color here. I can't tell my. So what I have is like the computer screen. This computer screen, I have it on like night mode. So for those that don't know what night mode is, that means all the colors go to like a yellowish tint. So my screen's at a yellowish tint, and I can't tell some of the colors that's happening on the screen. To you, it might be different. For me, I'm like, I can't tell. I really can't see what kind of things are happening color-wise here. So everything's a little bit off. So that might be the reason why when you look at when you see this piece, like why it's oversaturated. It might be oversaturated. I can't really tell. I don't know. It's just nice that after all this time, it's like just keep cranking, just keep working on it. Just keep working, and then good things will happen. There's good days and there's bad days, and all I can say is you just got to keep working at it and hoping for the best. You know, not to compare yourself to other people because that's like a zone you don't want to be in because it's comparing yourself. Chime in on it. What do you mean by chime in? Yeah, if you what's that mean? Or you just want to talk about it? Yeah. Well, it's taken 184 days of it for it to finally kick in, and 184 days of like articulating ideas, not necessarily the great. Like I'm not like they're fully fleshed out, but they're when I do these live streams, what I typically talk about is like just how navigating your daily life and how art can be is like a good measure, not necessarily a good measure of navigating your daily life, but like it like for me, uh, there's some like therapeutic things happening with these live streams because I'm talking about things that I think can apply to anyone to some extent, you know, and I'm trying to figure out ways of explaining it better because I'm not known for. Yeah, that's hard too. There's days that I'm just like quiet, but I've gotten better at that, where I've just kind of yammer on about things. Well, I've gotten better because okay, so when I first started doing these live streams, because I haven't practiced the art of talking, and so my goal was to just be able to get comfortable drawing online in perpetuity. And then once I was able to do that, then I'm like, well, maybe I'll start talking about things a little bit. But that I was finding sometimes would take me away from the drawing, you know, like it'd take me away and I couldn't focus on the drawings. It's like I can't do two things at once. You know, it's like I can't do math problems and have a deep conversation with someone, you know. But now I'm able to do like, you know, basic math problems and talk to someone. So like this drawing right here is kind of like doing a basic math problem and still kind of holding a conversation. It is hard to do focused. It's just like practice, I guess. I think maybe there was there was a musician I knew, and actually I wasn't high like I knew. Yeah, there was a musician I knew, or I don't know if I still know them. No, I don't know them anymore. It's more so like a friend of a friend, and they'd play at bars, and they would have lots and lots of beers, and we'd ask them like, how the heck are you able to play with all those beers in you? And are like, you know, I've done the song so much that it's like muscle memory. And so that's what this is happening here. Is like I've done these cactuses so much now that it's like muscle memory and allows me to kind of talk. It allows me the ability to kind of talk and do the drawing at the same time. Um, I imagine after this set of this 100 days, like this set, once I finish the 200 days of drawing, I'm going to move to 300 days of drawing. I'm going to switch to something completely different. I think I'm going to do skies. Like I'm going to do like skies, something like clouds and skies. I think something like low, like mental volume, mental pressure, and something I can kind of do casually and still maintain a conversation, but still also learn something along the way. Yeah, yeah. I think the putting the pressure on doing the live stream is one thing that kind of makes me kind of keep going to it. Um, Keep my focus on finishing a piece, which is why I try to finish a piece. Um, yeah, there's the I'm saying yeah a lot. This is something I've just started doing back. I did this a couple times, like around Cactus is from Cactus is 120 to like 130. I did those little weird abstract forms in the background here, and then I stopped doing that because it was taking. I was finding that it was taking a lot of time, a lot more time than I had would have liked, and I was it was taking more time than I'd like it to take. And so I went back to doing like a simple gradient background. And only now have I kind of jumped back into doing like that tone, that like kind of weird background type of thing. And I don't know. I don't know why I do it. I think it's just a nice little background. It's kind of interesting. Um, there's no reason to it at the moment. I played around with various tones in the background. I've once had a like just a highly kind of like pastelish backgrounds, more deserty theme, and I just kind of change it up. So that's one of the benefits of doing these drawings over and over again is that you always get like a a different outcome. Even though like the subject matter is the same, the way the cactuses are constructed are pretty much the same. They've gotten better in time through just practice. And they've gotten better in using less amount of time. And even they've gotten better using less amount of time and also having more conversations with more and more people that have been watching. So even though I should technically be slowing down because I'm having I'm talking more, that hasn't been the case because I've been able to kind of make this kind of like muscle memory to an extent. Yeah, the Insta's pretty good. I haven't updated it since what was it? I don't know, the last 120. I'm about 60 photos behind and probably about 5 art commissions behind. I just haven't been posting. Thank you. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. All right, man. I think I might be done. I think what I'm gonna do is just kind of take a step back. There we go. Step back, zoom out real quick. I'm done with it. I'm gonna add some thorns and call it a day. It's gonna take me about 5 minutes to do the thorns. Thanks. Well, you know, I don't know if it's with color. I don't know if it's like I don't want to say it's a gift, but I don't know if it's hard to explain my color choices. I don't want to say it's not like they're intuitive, but they might be to some extent, but also just like through experiences. I tend to gravitate towards colorful like higher colors, and then sometimes I'll um add like more muted tones. Um I don't know. I can't give a logical reason. I think just I have my net default with drawing is to oversaturate the colors. That way, if I do decide to add like a more of a grayish or a more muted background or more muted tones, that those muted tones will be much more exaggerated. So like the background right here, this background's like it's like a grayish purple. And because it's a grayish purple, when it's juxtaposed on top of these very hypersaturated colors, it makes those hypersaturated colors pop way more than they probably should than if I were to use like a brighter tone color. So it's kind of like it's like color manipulation maybe. I don't know. Like I can't explain it as well as I probably as well as just as doing it, you know. It just feels like something that's a right thing to do, or or something that I've done over and over again. I'm just comfortable doing it. So a little bit of intuition, a little bit of like habit, um, a mixture of things really. And that's just I don't have an explanation at this moment. I have to think about it because it's something I've been doing forever. With no matter what I would do, I'd always like hypersaturate colors. I think it was because maybe when I was doing my fine art painting and I was doing figurative work, maybe it was because I had my weak point was mixing colors, or I felt like that my weak point was mixing colors, so I'd always up the chroma of everything so that it would all kind of offset like my weakness as a painter. Maybe I don't know. I'm kind of lagging on my thorns here. I'm just kind of slowing down here. My mental. I'm kind of done today. I'm not gonna lie. You were watching, but I that interview took it out of me. I was so exhausted after that interview. So those interviews, they're mentally exhausting. They can really take a lot out of, yeah, because it's like it can be very, very, very exhausting. And I need to ask the people that I interview, like, are you exhausted after these things? Because I don't know. I know that I am. I think it might be because I might be kind of introverted, and I hear like that people that are introverted, if they have like conversations with people, they're like exhausted after it. But like an extrovert will be like purely energized. They're like pumped up after it. But for me, I'm like, oh gosh, that was a lot, you know. Um, I don't know. I started them as a way to providing value to other artists and putting them on a platform that and to an audience that they may or may not have been exposed to, because each one of us like wherever we go, like a lot of us are have a like a category of followers that follow us. We have certain people that like certain things, and they follow those people specifically. um, and so when I did the live streams or the live interviews, it was kind of a way of getting them to an audience that they would not be exposed to, and a way of providing value, a way of kind of giving back in essence, and also a way of just kind of networking and understanding other artists, because I don't know. It's a very complex answer. I have to really, really think about it. There's a multitude of reasons why. I like for one reason would be like I just kind of did it as a lark. Like, oh, let's just do this and see what happens. And to some extent, it was kind of like that. I don't like how look at these thorns. Look at that. They're so uniform. I don't like that at all. Oh gosh, that's gross. For to some extent, I did do them as a lark. I was like, let's try this out and see what happens. And then another extent is like, well, this has got some legs, and I enjoyed the first one. Let's see if I can get more people to talk to me. And I just kept putting out little call for interviews on like LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram, and then see what happens. And so that's what happened. I got a few, inquiries, and then as I got more inquiries, and I just started scheduling them all. And I got a few more I got to kind of lock in. I think I have two more locked in right now, and I got a few more. I'm gonna be um, I'm gonna be soliciting for some more artists to talk to in the future. But I think I have two. I believe I have two artists right now. One, no, I have a few more artists. I have an artist next week. I have all of September, I believe, scheduled out. I think the month after that, I believe it's October. I'm looking to kind of fill up, and I do one a week. Um, yeah, so I'm doing pretty good. I've had a few people back out or kind of like ghost me, um, which kind of sucks. I didn't mean to, it happens. But it's something that's I feel is beneficial, and it's like you see all like on YouTube, like there's the hyper, like you drawn with Jazza, like or Ross draws, right? Um, there's other artists out there than those two, or like Alfonso Dunn. Although don't get me wrong, I would if they hopped on and say I want to talk with you. I'm like, all right, let's talk. But you know, they don't need the attention. They got it. They got enough. They don't need that kind of help. But like other artists, need a little help. I'm not saying I have a huge following, but like, um, why not? What's the harm? What's the harm out of it? So I think I'm done. Let's see here. There we go. I'm going to zoom in here. 45 minutes. Well, I gotta say though, it was a short 45 minutes because I actually had a conversation, so I can't be too upset that I did spent 45 minutes on this drawing. It's pretty good. Not the fastest. What day is it? 184. Yeah, 12 minutes. Yeah, you're probably right. Probably added about 12 minutes to my time. I did slow down, as I said. It when you're doing it, you're like, if you're talking to people, or if you're talking about complex topics, and you're doing like an action like this, you know, it's there's only you slow down, right? People don't want to take and consider the app, like slowing, how much doing things slow you down. I think there's science based off this, where if you were to, like, let's say that you look at your phone and then you go back and do a complex action, aka maybe you go and draw some more. Um, you're not starting back up immediately. You're actually like delayed 5 minutes or 15 seconds. I don't know, but like cumulatively over time, your ability to rebound is slower than what people really think. So multitasking is very hard to do. Yeah. So like my attention was divided between having having a conversation with you and trying to do this drawing and try to think of like to come up with answers to these which to these simple questions, but they're complex. Everything is, I think we tend to overly simplify things, right? And so like simple questions are always doesn't mean there's going to be a simple answer. There's always like gray area. There's always minutia. Yeah, full 25 minutes. Yeah, so like that's why it took so long. But yeah, this turned out all right. I'm not going to be bragging about it. It looks on par with all my other ones. Um, yeah, well, about on par with all the other ones. I don't know if I like the black stripe area so much. I think it's, if I do a little bit of self-reflecting, the black area is kind of, it's taken away the thorns that are in front. You can't really see them. Anyways, thank you so much. I think I'm done today. I think that's it. I got to get down. I got to get off. Well, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't already subscribe. Thank you so much. And also, for those that are interested, I am soliciting for new artists to interview. So if you want to be a part of that, don't forget to DM me. And I do have, pretty soon I'm going to be having a art giveaway. I don't know when. Depends. I'm waiting on the verification that the winner is going to get their piece by mail. And once they get their piece by mail, I'm going to do the whole process, get the process going to set up another art giveaway. So I'm really excited about that. That's the way I kind of giving back. Well, anyways, I got to get going. I'm kind of dragging on. I hope you have a wonderful day. This is Pierson. Thank you so much, and cheers. Let me find this thing right here. Okay, cheers. Bye.